Hello everyone, I hope you're okay. You woke up this morning healthy, sound, looking forward to the glorious day to fulfill the plan and purpose of God concerning your life. I am continuing with what I started yesterday from Genesis chapter 3, the fall of man. And as I said yesterday, I was intrigued when I was reading and said the fall of man. What did they do? What did they do? I want to learn. What is it that I can get there that will help me not to repeat what they did? Because in this world, God has made us to fulfill his plan and purpose and live a glorious life. God didn't create us to suffer. God didn't create us to live a beggarly life. God never created us to beg for things. God never created us to be sick all the days of our life, begging for this, begging for that. No, no, no. It's not the purpose of God. And I refuse to believe that as a Christian, you beg for things. You live in abject poverty. Every bad thing is you. It's only you that the devil is warring. No. It intrigues me, people that are underworld, they get good things. They live a life. But the thing is, though when you go close to them, they might have flashy cars, flashy houses, flashy this, flashy that. And when you go close to them, they are very, very miserable and empty. But on the face value, you think that they have excelled in life, they have this, they have that. But I keep asking myself, but why would they have all those things and Christians will have it? God never called us to live a poor life because he said he has given us everything pertaining to life and godliness. He said that the earth is his and the fullness thereof. He said that he has 1,000 cattle in 1,000 hills. So is he just for the sake of saying it? So whenever I hear or see something like that, I keep asking, why? Okay, what can I do? What can I do? That is my mission. That's my mission because I call this NGO winning ways. I really do want to win. I want my life to count, I want to live a fulfilled life. And I know you want that because I have never seen anybody in this earth that doesn't want to live a fulfilled life. I have never seen anyone in this earth that says they don't want this, they don't want. They do. If they lie to you and say they don't, it's a lie. Give it to them. They want it. Sometimes they say they don't want it because they don't know how to get it. But deep inside you, you want to live a good life. You want to have even the basic things of life. So yesterday I talked about Eve, I talked about Satan. So today I'm continuing as I always do. I write things down so that I'll stick to my time to go to work. I'm watching the time. Now, Eve was made to believe that God does not want them to share his knowledge and goodness. That means that's what the enemy made Eve to understand. That God doesn't want him to have the knowledge of good and evil. So God is stingy. God is strict. God doesn't want you to do it. Is that not what we do? We believe God doesn't want us to enjoy life. And what do we call enjoyment? By doing things that will cut our life short. That are doing things that will make us live a life of misery. So the Satan made Eve to believe that God is stingy, God is selfish, God is strict. Adam and Eve, yes, they went and got what they wanted because they were tempted by the enemy and got what they wanted. But they didn't go for it. So they got what they wanted and it came with its repercussion. What they wanted through disobedience. They got what they wanted through disobedience. And there are consequences of any action you do. Any disobedience, any rebel you do. Even in your normal life. If you are walking, they say don't do this and you go and do it, there is a consequence of it. I will talk about the consequences tomorrow. But today I want to talk about what I got from the few verses that I read. So through disobedience, they got what they wanted. And there are consequences for their action. There is this belief that freedom is doing whatever you want to do. You believe that is freedom. They thought they have the freedom to do whatever they want. That's your freedom. That is not freedom. Actually, freedom is knowing how not to do. Knowing what not to do. Yeah? Knowing what not to do. It's not the freedom to do whatever you want. Freedom is not that. Freedom is, our freedom comes from knowing what not to do. The restrictions from the word of God, from where you work, from the family, from your parents, from your husband, from your wife, from your children, from anybody that loves you, Those restrictions are for your own good. Decision from God help us to avoid evil and its consequences. But when you say, okay, don't restrict me, I do whatever I want to, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other one. When did consequences come? Please carry it alone. Because what happens when the consequences come, you're still spreading it everywhere. There are restrictions from God. The Word of God, when you read the Word of God, there are some restrictions. There are things it tells you not to do. It is there for your own good. Honestly, you can't do anything for God, you know. You cannot do anything for God. It's like children, when you tell them, don't do this, they do it. Don't do that, they do it. When the repercussion comes, yes, as a parent, you feel the pain, but you will not feel it as the child. The child will be in the heat of it. Let's say, for instance, you told them not to do this, not to do, and they did it, and they are now imprisoned. From what I heard, I don't want to go there. From what I heard, when you go to prison, they beat you up. They do all manner of. You are not there to receive those beatings. You are not the one that is restricted by the enemy. You are not the one. It's the person that's offended. Yes, as a parent, you feel it. But they are the one that have first-hand punishment. So you don't really need to commit evil to get experience, because that's what some people say. Oh, if I don't do this, I will not have experience. No, you don't really need to. What you really need to is to do what? Know more of God. Whatever you need to know as experience, He will guide you in the right way to know it. You really don't need to disobey. You don't need to go and start experimenting in things that will hurt you. I hear some people, they say, my friend said I should do this. If I don't, that means I am not this. I wouldn't use the word that is coming out of my head. Experience, you can't get experience by doing anything bad, you know. It would be good to know that Eve had a good motive to be like God, which is what all of us do aspire for. Yeah, when the devil told Eve that, yes, in the heart, in Eve's heart, she wants to know more about God. He wants to be like God. He wants to have the powers that God has. That is a noble aspiration. But the way the devil wanted her to get it was wrong. But Satan misled her on the best way to accomplish this noble desire. You will have a good desire. You have desire to excel. You have the desire to flourish. You have desire to have all the good things in this world. But how you get it matters. Because you have the desire to live a good, it's a noble desire to live good. It's a noble desire to have money. It's a noble desire to dress well. It's a noble desire to go wherever you want to go. But the problem is, how do you accomplish it? Do not allow the devil to put you in a wrong way, to tell you to use a wrong way to get it, because there is repercussion for anything you do. So, same with us. Our noble desire to do well should not make us defy God's authority. There is a way to do things. There's a way to follow the word of God. There's a way to live in a society. There's a way to live in a home. There's a way to run everything you do. Because you are interested in achieving a noble goal, doesn't mean that you have to defy authority, rebel against everybody. It will not help. Rather, we need to reflect God's character and recognize His authority over our lives. That's a better way to do it. What do you want to achieve? What did God say about it? What do you want to achieve in the society? What does the society say? Because being a Christian doesn't mean you rebel against society. No, this person doesn't know what he's in. It's not. That's not how to do it. So don't be your own God. Because when you don't obey God, you don't reflect God's authority, you don't reflect God's character in whatever you do. You're being your own God. That means you're telling yourself, I know what to do. Who is this God that is telling me what to do? You don't know anything. I do it. That means you're God to yourself. To be honest with you, that is a very big shoe to fill. For you to be the one looking after yourself, it's a very big shoe to fill. You cannot do it. You cannot. So, Eve was made to believe that she was doing a pleasant thing. When the devil told her to do it, she felt, oh, this is a good thing to do. Is it not the same thing with us than when we are doing some evil thing? Because that is why we find ourselves there. We find it difficult to come out because we believe that what we are doing is the right thing, but it's not. It really is not. If it's against the will of God, if it's against the society, what you are doing is not the right thing. No matter how pleasant it is not the right thing. People go into fraudulent activities. They think they are clever. They really think they are clever. And you are not. Just tell me the pleasure you get by killing another person. Some people use their beloved ones to make money. How do you enjoy that money when you know that you use your beloved? Ay, how? I think it's pleasant. You're driving big cars, you live in a big house. Come on. Have you thought of your parents? Your grandparents, where are they? One day you will die. All those things you got from a wrong way. Another person that doesn't even know what you go through, you enjoy it. You say, oh, let's enjoy it when the time comes. You better think of your future. You better do. Life is not no. You get it now, but what happens to you later? What happens in your old age? You know? So, if I was meant to believe that she was doing a pleasant thing, don't let your bad deed appear pleasant to you, else you will not come out of it. That's just what I just explained. So, progression of sin. If we look at what Eve did, Eve looked at the apple, Eve took the apple, Eve ate the apple, then she gave to her husband. These are the steps of sin. The first step is looking. You saw somebody's bag, you like it. Now you start thinking of how to get it. You know that you will not be able to get that. But because you've seen somebody carrying something that you cannot afford, you start thinking, I will do this. Some people will go and look, what would they do the next time? They take it. They'll go and take what doesn't belong to them. You go and steal other people's thing. It's not good. That's the steps of sin. You look, your eyes will get you into trouble. Mind what you watch, mind what you take, mind what you eat, and mind what you spread. These are the first steps. You cannot commit any atrocity without you first looking at it and admiring it and say, oh, even for you to succeed, you will see something and say, oh, I really love this thing, you know. Then you start planning, I want to be like this person. You first of all see, admire it, and work in a positive way or in a negative way. So run from things that produce bad thoughts in your life. As you look at it, if you know you cannot afford it, if it's giving you bad thoughts, if your mind is telling you not to do it and convincing you of what you're doing, that what you're thinking is wrong, please, that is the Spirit of God telling you are going the wrong way. So if look, she took it, she ate it, then she gave. You know, when people are in sin, they want to spread it. They want to spread sin everywhere. They've done something bad, they want to spread it everywhere. Sin spreads so fast. Bad things spread. Good thing, it will be difficult, it will be hard for you to convince people to do it. But if it's about it, oh, they copy it. Do you have children? For them to say good words, it's a lie. But for them to tell you, get out. Or to say no. It's easy. It's very, very easy. No, not doing it. We tell them to do the right thing. And ever say bad thing, they will register it. But say good thing, they forget it. It's just how it is. Sin spreads so quickly. So, and when people sin, when we sin, oftentimes we try to relieve our guilt by involving others. Yes. When you do something wrong, you say, I'm not the only one that will suffer this. So I need to get other people into it so that every one of us are damned as bad. It's not good. It's not good. I'm going to stop here today. Tomorrow, I'll talk about the consequences. When they found out that they've done something wrong, what did they do? What are the consequences of their sin? And how did they handle it? So this person is blaming the other person and blame game because they don't want to accept their responsibility. And that's another bad thing. If you know that you lost it, you are human. Don't be too proud to say, oh my goodness, I didn't get it right. And God is so kind that even if you do something wrong and come back to him with a good heart, from the depth of your heart, and what you did, he will forgive you. He will give you another chance. God is so loving. So I'm going to stop here today. May we look at what we're doing. Freedom is not the ability to do whatever you want. It is not. And when you commit sin, when you say things that you like, if you cannot afford it, walk towards it. Walk towards it. God wants to give us every good thing in this life. So this is what I learned in these verses. Let's not exalt ourselves so much. Let's not exalt ourselves so much. Rather, rebelling against God is not the best thing to do. It is not the best thing to do. Don't achieve a noble desire through a wrong means. You might have a noble desire to excel. You might have a noble desire to have a better place to live. But how are you going about it? There are good ways to do it. It might take you years, but it doesn't matter. It's better you have the peace of mind than living in pieces. You're walking on the way, you're watching your back. Oh, they will find me. Oh, this person will find me. Why? Why are you doing that to yourself? So that is what I learned. That's what I learned. I am implementing everything. God helping me, the Spirit of God helping me. And I pray that as I say this, it will help, even if it's one person. I'm happy. I'm really happy. Freedom is not doing whatever you want. Rather, it is you knowing what you should not do. May God bless you. May God keep you. May His face shine upon you. May He bless you with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. May He give you the grace to live that life that you crave for. Let's work together. Let's win together. We will get there. By the grace of God, we will get there. We are victorious. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. God bless you richly. NGO Winning Ways. Let's win together. Cheerio.